Whichever one you want.
I challenge The Rock to rock, paper, scissors.
If you beat me, I'll donate $100,000 to charity. Whichever one you want.
Wow.
You ready?
Wow, I am.
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, he's not predictable.
Come on, man.
Okay. Oh my gosh. This is going to take forever.
If I win, what happens?
I donate $100,000 to whatever charity you want.
Okay. And if you win, I will match that and donate $100,000 to any charity you want.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
That's right. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. You ready?
Hold on a second.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Okay. I'm ready. I got it.
I got it too.
Okay.
Here we go. Yes. I'll do it. I got it.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll still donate 100 as well.
Oh,
so what
man.
charity are we donating to?
Let's go Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Subscribe. That duo will win $50,000 each. It's never been easier. Happy birthday, me. It's my birthday, and thanks to Jacqueline Shirky, I'm giving away $500,000 to you guys. If you want to win some of it, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button down below. 10 random people that do will win $50,000 each.
I'm back. I know it's been a minute since I done made a new video. I've been doing a lot of re-uploads for various reasons, but I decided I finally wanted to make a new video for 2025. So we at the end of Taurus season. So I was thinking about what Taurus I wanted to do, because I was gonna wait to Gemini season, but I had what's the word? The inspiration to want to do a video now. So it was between Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who we know is a Taurus, and MrBeast, because they two of the most famous Taurus that there is. So I thought that one of them would be a good person to do a video on, but I ultimately decided to do MrBeast since we are on YouTube. I am posting this video on YouTube. So I figured, why not break down the biggest person on YouTube astrology birth chart to explain his personality and how he became so big. So if you don't know who MrBeast is, like I was just saying, MrBeast is the most followed person on YouTube. I think he got like 300 million subscribers on YouTube. His video do hundreds of millions of views. He even got his own candy, his own restaurant. Like, dude is huge in the entertainment world, in the YouTube world, and I don't know if you would call him a blogger or not, but it says that he's a YouTube personality, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. That's who MrBeast is. So that's MrBeast, the most followed person on YouTube with like 300 million subscribers. So his birthday is May 7, 1988. So he's 27 years old. You just turned 27, and he was born in Kansas. So getting into MrBeast's birth chart. So he is a sun in Taurus, moon in Libra, Mercury in Aries, Venus in Aries, Mars in Taurus, Jupiter in Pisces, Saturn in Aries, Uranus in Aquarius, Neptune in Aquarius, Pluto in Sagittarius, North Node in Virgo, Lymph in Libra, and then his rising sign is a Leo. So getting into it, like I like to say every video, your sun, moon, and rising sign is considered your big three. Them the three that tells the most about your personality. You can look at your sun sign as the way that you think and your outer self. Your moon sign is your feelings, the way that you feel and what you keep hidden. Kind of like, the sun shines and the moon is hidden. Then your rising sign is your social personality. It's the way that people view you and look at you, your physical body and your outward style. So getting into it, And every planet, which I'm gonna get into, means something different. Your Mercury is the planet of communication, so that controls your communication style, how good you are at communicating, and your thought process, how fast of a thinker you is, so on and so on. Venus is the planet of love, so Venus is the planet that could tell the way that you express love. And you should really look at your Venus when it comes to compatibility. We always look at our sun sign, which is important because if your sun sign is compatible with somebody, it just means that you will think the same way that they do. The same with your moon sign. If your moon sign is compatible, that means that your feelings will be the same. But your Venus is your love language. So if your Venus is compatible, then your love language will kind of be the same. So getting into Sun and Taurus, I already explained what the sun sign means. It's the way that you think, your outer self. So here's the in Taurus. So what we know about Taurus, we know that Taurus is the earth sign, just like Virgo and Capricorn. So all earth signs is dealing with stability. Stability when it comes to relationships, stability when it comes to work, having a job. That's why a lot of earth signs, because there are some broke signs like every sign. I mean, some broke earth signs, just like there's broke people in every sign. But earth signs are more than likely the ones that will have careers, businesses, because they all about being stable. So them the ones that will be on the job for a long time versus like an air and fire signs, they can tend to bounce around from job to job and be here or there versus earth signs are the ones who you will find been at the same job for 5, 10, 15 years. So that's what all earth signs share in common is that they all three crave stability, and that's why they're compatible with each other. Because I always say earth signs is the ones that want to get married. Most earth signs are married. You look at most Capricorns, Virgos, and Taurus, they marry more than any other element. So that's what all earth signs share in common. What's unique about Taurus is that Taurus is uh Taurus is a fixed sign, so on top of every sign having an element, every sign is either fixed, cardinal, or mutable. Mutable meaning that they're ever changing, they able to adapt. Fixed sounds like what it is that they're fixed, they stuck in their ways. And cardinal is initiating, so they're the ones who initiate things and change things. So Taurus is a fixed earth sign. So that's what makes them to me, after looking at, I know Capricorns and Virgos get lumped in a lot, but to me, from my research, is that Taurus is probably the hardest working sign because they're fixed earth. So they're the ones that like to get a job done. Taurus is the ones who see things through to the end. They're not good initiators. They might be slow to start stuff, but they're the ones when they start something, they going to finish it. Whether that's a job or a relationship. That's why a lot of Taurus I know is in long-term relationship. Every Taurus I know is married. I don't know a bunch of Taurus. I think about 4 or 5 Taurus, and 4 of them is married, and then the other one been dealing with the same person for years, like at least 5, 6 years. So all Taurus is going to want that stability. What else about Taurus? Taurus is the foodies of the zodiac, so there a lot of tourists love food, love cooking, love to go out to eat. That's true about almost all tourists. What else? Tourists are associated with being stubborn, just like all fixed signs is Aquarius, Leo, and Scorpio. So they can be stuck in their ways. It can be hard for them to change their mind. What else about tourists? Well, we gonna read the breakdowns, but them some things about Taurus off of the top of my head. So we already know how that relates to MrBeast. Hate when they do this. We know that MrBeast is he show all his Taurus traits when he obviously a hard worker, an entrepreneur. I don't think he married. He might have a long-term girlfriend. I haven't looked into his love life, but this is what it says about Taurus. Some things that I might have missed. So it says Taurus are generally strong, quiet, deliberate, practical, exciting, determined, persistent, preserving, compassionate, and loyal. They like getting their hands on their work, building things and seeing the tangible, practical results of their effort. Routine work does not bother them as long as the end result is useful and serves some concrete purpose. Possessions and material things are generally of great significance to Taurus. This is because they don't feel emotionally secure unless they can see and touch the objects they own. This intense need to possess and enjoy the senses can drive Taurus to be extremely productive or extremely inquisitive. Lesser evolved Taurus can treat people as objects or possessions, this leading to difficulty in relationships. Taurus people work at slower pace than most, but they always finish whatever project they start. Because of this, they are reliable, trustworthy, careful, and steadfast. They are better at sustaining what others have started rather than starting things themselves. Taurus can be led but never pushed. It takes a lot to make Taurus mad. Yet if they are pushed over the edge, well, all heck can break loose. Simply imagine an angry bull, and MrBeast knows what a Taurus is capable of when he is pushed too far. MrBeast knows the saying about a bull in a china shop. When angry, Taurus need plenty of time to cool down. It is best to just leave them alone. MrBeast will know when things are out of their system. With anything, Taurus need to assimilate and mull things over. Don't rush them or push them. Taurus are slow to change their opinions, but once changed, it is very difficult to change them back. People tend to feel secure around Taurus. In times of crisis, they are generally cool and collected and have patience and abilities to come up with practical solutions to problems. Taurus hate Taurus hate pain and being sick. Taurus have a love of harmony and beauty, and they can be extremely affectionate, but they do have a decided fear of loss. The feelings that usually accompany this fear of loss are possessiveness, jealousy, laziness, stubbornness, and extravagance. If there is no desire to possess anything or anyone, then there is no fear of loss. Taurus need to learn to desire only mental and spiritual things, and to release the desire to possess people emotionally and physically. Their other need is to find a true sense of value. They need to learn detachment. They must be willing to let go of people and things. Oh yeah, that's definitely all things Taurus for sure. I also forgot to mention Taurus is ruled by Venus, so every sign is ruled by a planet. So Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So like I said earlier, Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and harmony. So a lot of Taurus is going to love beautiful things, want peace in their life, love and harmony, and then they're going to love love. So Libra and Taurus is the two signs who, and Pisces is thrown in there, like they're the romantics, the ones who, need a partner, because Libra is the sign of partnership. That's why Libra's always with somebody and got to be in a relationship. And then Taurus is always in a long-term relationship or married, being ruled by Venus. And then Pisces is just the hopeless romantic of the of astrology. But yeah, so Taurus is ruled by Venus. So that's why Taurus love beautiful things, and they in love with love, just like Libra is. So them all things about Taurus. So like I said, that relates to MrBeast. Like I said, I didn't look into his love life. I usually look at that when we get to the Venus. So when we get to Venus, we gonna talk about who MrBeast dated or if he married or not. But we know that MrBeast is a hard worker. You see that a lot of Taurus are businessmen. A lot of Taurus I know, like my barber is a Taurus. He been doing that for like 25 years. My uncle is a Taurus. He's been a police officer and a chief of police. Like most Taurus have careers. Most Taurus you are hard workers. Not everyone, but most of them are. So you see that with MrBeast, and that could be why he became so successful, because he has great business sense, and then he worked hard at what he did, at becoming a huge YouTuber. Next, this is moon sign in Libra. So I already explained your moon sign is your feelings. So in the inner you. So Libra is a air sign like Aquarius and Gemini. So all air signs are dealing with communication and dealing with intellect. Like the air signs are the communicators, the thinkers of the zodiac. Um, so that's what all air signs share in common with each other is that they're mental. All air signs are mental and they dealing with communication. So like I already kind of was talking about Libra earlier, Libra is ruled by Venus. So Libra is the sign of partnership. So most Libras um always like Libras try to deny this, but most Libras wants to be in a relationship. Most Libras dealing with somebody, like it's rare that you find a Libra that's just by themselves for long periods of time. They like to be alone just like everybody else, but they always going to have that partner there from what I've seen. And then Libras, what else about Libras? Libras are known for being Libras is for the most part the nicest sign, rather that you can consider that fake or not, but like most Libras are known for being peaceful people because they like harmony. So most Libras is the ones who can be passive aggressive. They like to be cool with everybody. You could think of Snoop Dogg as a Libra, a classic example of a Libra who just like to get along and just fit in with everybody. Um, so that's trying to think what else about Libra. Libras also is the sign of justice. So there's a lot of Libras who are lawyers or judges. 'Cause Libras are obsessed with their symbol is the what is it it's the scales for one, the scales, and then it's the justice hammer. I forgot what it's called. When a judge give his ruling and he hit the staff or whatever it's called. That's the other Libra symbol. So a lot of Libras are about being fair and about justice. Like I said, a lot of Libras are lawyers and judges. Think of Johnny Cochran off the top of my head was a Libra. And then a lot of artists are Libras, 'cause like I said, it's dealing with communication. So a lot of rappers and singers are Libras. You think of Eminem, Lil Wayne, like I said, Snoop Dogg, T.I., Jeezy, who else? What's her name? Shanisha, like the big Jamaican lady that's big now. She's a Libra. So, so a lot of artists are, Ashanti is a Libra. So there's a lot of Libras who make music and deal with communication. Then Kamala Harris, the former vice president who was running for president, she's a Libra. So a lot of Libras do stuff that has to do with communication and talking, being the air sign. So that's about Libra off of the top of my head. So about Libra, it says, Mr. Beast is kind, sympathetic, agreeable, optimistic, fair, and very fond of social pleasures. Mr. Beast is considerate and thoughtful friend and has a real flair for making others feel accepted and appreciated. At the same time, Mr. Beast probably possesses good reasoning powers and the ability to form correct judgments. There is the love of art and music with perhaps decided ability as a performer. Mr. Beast has a strong desire for human interaction and relationships. Mr. Beast avoids personal confrontations or any expression of intense, unpleasant behavior or emotion. Mr. Beast strives for peace, harmony, and perfect balance. Mr. Beast feels unsuited for mental physical labor and he hates to get his hands dirty. Mr. Beast's desire to be liked by everyone may cause him to seek peace at any price. He can be evasive on issues due to his desire to keep the peace. Mr. Beast can be quite vacillating and indecisive. Mr. Beast is much more at odds with himself than people would guess by looking at him from the outside. It is sometimes very difficult for Mr. Beast to make up his mind because he sees all sides of any issue and he always wants to be fair. Mr. Beast must learn to stand up for his principles. So yeah, that's all things Libra. Like you said, like Libras are definitely known for being indecisive. Um, not being able to make up their mind, so that could transfer from relationships to picking a job to picking what they want to eat. If you know and dealt with Libras, a lot of Libras is indecisive. I dated Libras before, and my mom is a Libra, and my mom always say the number one thing she hate is that she's indecisive. So we know that all them things can be true about Libra. So how this relates to Mr. Beast is that with his sun being in the earth sign and then his moon being in the air sign, this is why he went into a field of communication, like YouTube and speaking. He That's come from his Libra moon of wanting him to communicate, but his sun in Taurus is what makes him. It's a nice combination whenever you got an air, when you got air and earth in your chart, because if you got too much air, it can make you, airheaded to where you're not grounded. And then if you got too much earth in your chart, you might be too grounded and you might not have the ability to, think broader and on a communicative or on a higher type of level. So when you got both, it can really balance out to where you're not too grounded and you're not too, up in the cloud. So that's what I could see really helping Mr. Beast. And then his Taurus is what helps his, because it's like the Libra in them is what gives him the thoughts to want to do things and the ideas, because that's another thing is that air signs is dealing with ideas, and then the earth sign is the one that execute it because they want to bring it into life. So that's kind of the combination that I see with the two. And then his rising sign is the Leo. So that just means, Leo's is ruled by the sun. So Leo's is all about being in the spotlight, wanting to be seen. So that makes sense also with his rising sign is that him being viewed like, a superstar or wanting to be in the limelight, because that's what Leo's is associated with. Next is Mercury and Aries. Like I said earlier, Mercury is the sign of communication, ruled by Gemini and Virgo. So most people who have, because if you have a sign that rules that planet, you're going to be good in that area. So most people who have a Mercury and Gemini is great when it comes to communication. You could think of from Tupac to Donald Trump, to Prince. Like a lot of people who have a Mercury and Gemini are great when it comes to making music and communicating. Virgo also, but Gemini gonna always be a little bit better than Virgo and Mercury because Gemini is the air sign. So Gemini is dealing with communication also, versus Virgo is the earth sign, so it's dealing more with tangible things and stability. So. But yeah, so his is an Aries. So his communication style gonna be that of an Aries. So we know Aries is a fire sign. All fire signs are blunt and direct and tell it how it is, especially Aries and bold. So right off the top of my head, that's gonna be Mr. Beast's communication style, somebody who's bold and direct in their communication. So it says about Mercury and Aries. Mr. Beast is outspoken and direct in speech and actions. Mr. Beast's thoughts are original and filled with enthusiasm and great energy. Mr. Beast loves a good argument or debate and likes to compete and strategize with his mind. Mr. Beast says what he means and doesn't pull any punches. Mr. Beast is opinionated and loves to share those thoughts, even if not asked to do so. Mr. Beast loves controversy and might need to develop a little bit more tact in how he expresses his own thoughts. Mr. Beast's mind is restless and filled with much nervous energy. It is hard for him to sit still. Mr. Beast always has to be busy, especially with his hands. Mechanical ability may be present. Mr. Beast's thoughts and words are quick and impulsive, and he may at times suffer from foot and mouth disease. It's possible that executing Mr. Beast's goals requires a lack of patience and focus. Mr. Beast's popularity stems from his quick wit and engaging nature. Mr. Beast doesn't like to be told how to do things and wants the freedom to do things his own way. There never seems to be enough time to do all the things Mr. Beast has on his mind. Mr. Beast may be quick-tempered, but hardly ever carry a grudge. Mr. Beast gets over things quickly, then moves on. So yeah, definitely, because I didn't watch a good number of Mr. Beast videos and stuff like that, and he definitely I could definitely see him having a Mercury in Aries. He is truthful. He cracks jokes on people a lot of times. He can be blunt and straightforward, definitely. And then, like they say, he don't like to be told what to do, so that can make sense with him having his own business and running the shots. What else? Mr. Beast is much more asked with himself than people would guess by looking from at him from, oh, that's his moon in Libra. Reading the wrong thing. He may gain popularity from his quick wit and engaging nature. So that's true also. You know, Mr. B definitely does have an engaging nature. That's kind of the reason why he's popular. So, yeah, his Mercury and Aries definitely make a lot of sense. I can definitely see that when it comes to him. And then he got like a bold out there kind of way about himself. That's opposite than Taurus and Libra, because Taurus and Libra is two laid back type of signs. Mercury is what kind of makes him more bold and out there. And his next is his Venus in Aries. So I already explained what Venus is about. So and I already explained what Aries is about. So just gonna pertain to his love life. So this can explain maybe why I'm not sure if he married. I guess we can look at that now. Why, even though could somebody with a sun in Taurus, moon in Libra, you would think that they married because them two signs that deal with relationships and partnerships and want to be in that. But a Venus in Aries, because we know Aries is it's the sign of self. So Aries like to be independent. The Aries like to move on quick, can be here or there. So Aries and Venus is not really a Venus sign that wants to be tied down because we know Aries don't like to be tied down versus other signs. So that can explain that. But let's look at the relationship. Oh, he actually engaged, I guess. Oh, he just got engaged January of this year. Okay. Let's see if we can find her birth chart. December 5th. 1997. Oh, she's a Sagittarius. Yeah, so he does have a girlfriend, so the signs still don't lie. I said with him being a Taurus and Libra, Taurus sun, moon in Libra, he's gonna want to be in a relationship the way he thinks and he feels. Um, let's see if they got her chart. They actually do got her chart. Yep, that's her. So she's a sun in Sagittarius, moon in Aquarius, Venus in Capricorn. Uh, so Sagittarius sun and Taurus. So Sagittarius and Taurus typically are not compatible because we know fire signs usually go with fire signs and earth signs usually go with earth signs, or fire go with air. Fire go with fire and air. Earth go with earth and water, typically. So typically, Sagittarius and Taurus are not compatible. Moon sign wise, Aquarius and Libra does go together though. Because it's two air signs. So their feelings are compatible. The moon signs are compatible, Aquarius and Libra. Venus, his is in Aries, hers is in Capricorn. So, um, it's earth and fire. So typically earth and fire don't go together, like I just already explained, but Aries and Capricorn is unique because I think Aries is exalted in Saturn or something like that. I always okay, so I got confused. So Capricorn is exalted in Mars, meaning that it does its best in Mars because Mars is a aggressive, and passionate planet about achieving your goals. So Capricorn and Aries can get together because they two ambitious signs and business orientated signs. So both signs are about working hard in business and being leaders. That's why they can be compatible, but they also not compatible because, like I said, Capricorn Venus, and the Capricorn is somebody who craves stability and long-term commitments and relationships. Aries can be kind of here or there, kind of not more so wanting to commit. So that could be the problem with Capricorn and Aries, is that the way that they love is different, rather. Like Capricorn is more laid back and Aries is more so fiery and out there. And you can kind of see that with both of their personalities. But they do get along because both of them do care about business and got go-getter type of energy. So somebody with a Venus and Capricorn is going to love somebody who's a go-getter and independent and about their business. So it's a tricky one, just like Aquarius and Capricorn is tricky because it's air and earth, but they both Aquarius used to be ruled by Saturn, so Aquarius have a lot of Capricorn traits, so they can be compatible in that way, but then they also can not be compatible because Aquarius is the sign of well Sagittarius is, but Aquarius too is the sign of freedom. So there's someone who wants to be free, doesn't want to be tied down. Um, versus, like, of course, Capricorns who more so want to be in a relationship and tied down. But yeah, so that's their chart. Then her rising sign is a Pisces, his is a Leo, so it's fire and air. So they chart is a little bit tricky. It's not the most compatible that I've seen. But they moon signs is real compatible. But she's a Sagittarius sun, a moon in Aquarius. So with them two signs, you will think that there's somebody who really doesn't want to be tied down or in a relationship like that. But with her Venus being a Capricorn, that can make her grounded and more so wanting to be in a relationship and laid back versus the typical Sun, Moon, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Then, of course, you're talking about somebody who's rich. We always got to throw that in too, because we know that people will date somebody they're not compatible with based on money or status or whatever like that. So when you take that into consideration, you always got to take that consideration when it comes to compatibility, because two people can not be compatible, but the girl, like, if he got enough money, I'll deal with it. But so yeah, that's their charts, and yeah, so he is engaged to her. Um, so I wanted to look at that to see, because like I said, this is somebody who wants to be in a relationship based on his sun and moon sign. So next is his Mars. So Mars is the planet of aggression and sexuality. So it rules how aggressive you is and what you're aggressive towards. And it's ruled by Aries and Scorpio to a certain degree, because certain signs was ruled by two planets until other planets was found, because some planets were found. So before Uranus was found, Saturn was ruled by Aquarius and Saturn. But once Uranus was found, then they moved Aquarius to Uranus because it fit more of the traits. The same for Scorpio and Pluto. Scorpio was ruled by Mars just like Aries, but once Pluto was found, Scorpio went to Pluto. The only planet that still shares two signs is Venus, like I said, with Libra and Taurus both sharing Venus. But but yeah, so Mars is really ruled by Aries, but to a lesser degree, Scorpio, because it's all about aggression, and we know Aries is about aggression. So his is in Taurus, so we know that that's gonna make him aggressive when it comes to stability. All things Taurus, which makes sense. So he's gonna be somebody who's aggressive towards business and entrepreneurial growth and relationships, but then it can also make him struggle in a way when it comes to aggression, because we know that Taurus is not the most aggressive sign. They more of a laid back type of sign. So let me get into it. So what it says about Mars and Taurus. Once he set his mind on a goal, his dedication, determination, and commitment to it are extraordinary. And Mr. Beast never gives up and finds it difficult to change his mind or course midstream. Whatever he has set his sight on, he refuses to give up or let go of it. Mr. Beast is loyal to a fault. Unless someone betrays his trust, then all heck can break loose. Mr. Beast is patient, usually slow to anger, unless someone takes him too far. That is when he charged just like a bull stands for. Mr. Beast is reliable and consistent and can handle more of the workload than most around him. Mr. Beast prefers a regular routine with definite hours and clearly defined responsibility and tasks. Mr. Beast enjoys building and seeing the results of his hard work. Things he can put his hands on appeal to Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast needs to see practical results, not theory, and he is not satisfied with intangibles like just having a good time. At the same time, Mr. Beast has a lazy, comfort-loving side, and there is so often a good deal of in reach of for him to overcome before he gets going. Once Mr. Beast gets the momentum going, his energy level is strong and steady. Keeping things going is his strength, especially once someone else starts them. Material well-being and security are large factors in determining what he does. Mr. Beast's stamina and persistence is his great strength, but it can also work against he. He can get caught in a rut. Hold on. Mr. Beast's stamina and persistence is his great strength, but it can also work against him. He can get caught in a rut and refuse to seize new opportunities. Mr. Beast also tends to play it safe and limit himself in that way. Change scares him. So do disease and pain. At times, Mr. Beast has a decided stubborn streak where no one can reach him. Mr. Beast's possessiveness and jealousy may cause issues in his relationships. Mr. Beast values money and belongings because they provide him with a sense of security. Reconsider his priorities. It's important to foster a culture of sharing. Mr. Beast's tongue may be a handful at times. So yeah, that's all I think about Taurus. So this can explain him even more so probably than his son, because like they said, this somebody who's hard working, determined once he set his mind on something. And I think it was Shannon Sharp say that Mr. Beast said that he wanted to be the biggest YouTuber of all time. He set out to be the most followed person. That's what he wanted, and he worked hard to achieve that. And then, like I said, he could be good with routines and finishing things. So, like I said, Taurus has a lot of good qualities when it comes to working and finishing things and then accumulating money and possessions, which we know he does and have. Um, so yeah, and then like I said, the only problem is that like I said, he can be stubborn like things with Taurus. So it can be hard for him to change his mind. And then he can be slow, like I said about Taurus, to start things. When he starts something, he gonna finish it, but he can be slow to start it. Is the problem. So yeah, that's all things about Mars and Taurus. So we can definitely see how that relates to him. The Taurus in this chart definitely um is what definitely helped him a lot. So next is his Jupiter and Pisces. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. And it's the planet of expansion, travel, good luck, and fortune, higher learning. That's some of the things that Jupiter and Sagittarius rule. So his is in Pisces. You know, Pisces is a water sign. So all water signs, of course, is dealing with emotions and feelings. Um, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which I'm gonna get into. The planets of dreams and illusions. So Pisces like to dream a lot, like to sleep a lot. But let me read about Jupiter and Pisces. So Mr. Beast needs needs for growth and expansion are perhaps best satisfied when he is working to help raise mankind to a higher spiritual level. Mr. Beast recognized that we are all in this together, and what is bad for one is bad for all. Mr. Beast is sympathetic, charitable, general, unassuming, quiet, visionary, intuitive, with a subtle sense of humor. Mr. Beast has an interest in spiritual or metaphysical ideas and issues, but he needs to find his own path and experiences truth for himself. Periodically, retreating from society and the people closest to Mr. Beast is good for his nerves and his own mental health. The strong desire he has to help others comes out in willingness to help the unfortunate. Perhaps the volunteers in hospital, jails, or places of confinement. Mr. Beast gives hope to those who need it the most. Mr. B probably loves nature and large animals, especially horses. There may be an interest in healing on the negative side. Mr. B may be hypersensitive, over emotional, too sentimental, have a tendency to extravagate, or to be too extravagant or self-indulgent. So, yeah, so uh this definitely shows a lot with Mr. Beast, because if you know, Mr. Beast then had one of his most popular videos was he built like 100 or 1,000 houses in Africa. And Mr. Beast is known for giving away a lot of stuff. That's kind of one of the reasons he became so big, because he give away a lot. He helped a lot of people. So that could come from a Jupiter and Pisces, like they say. This is somebody who wants to be charitable, giving, sentimental, and things like that. Then he does have a subtle sense of humor that you see that he displays. So with Jupiter and Pisces definitely can explain a lot. Like that can explain like why he's so charitable and giving. So next is his Saturn. So Saturn is ruled by Capricorn, and it's the planet of hard work, discipline. Capricorn rules the work life. You know, Capricorn is associated with being a grown-up of the zodiac, dealing with being CEO. Saturn and Capricorn get associated with being CEOs and hard workers, and being disciplined is what Saturn and Capricorn is the most associated with. So here's the thing, Aries, I already explained all things Aries. So we can get right into what it says about Saturn and Aries. The best quality of Saturn is a system, and the best quality of Aries is leadership. Therefore, Mr. Beast can be a very capable leader, one who knows what to do and is not afraid of going out and doing it no matter what it takes or how long it takes. Combat and competitiveness stir Mr. Beast on to greater achievements. Mr. Beast's self-confidence is great, and he probably believes he is more capable than those around him. As a result, Mr. Beast may wind up doing all the work, which may irritate him if he believes others are not doing their part. Saturn's worst quality is selfishness, and Aries' worst quality is interference with the plans of others. Therefore, Mr. Beast is also capable of meddling and trying to run the affairs of others. Mr. Beast may run roughshod over them and trying to get them to do his will rather than their own. Mr. Beast can be a real slave driver. Mr. Beast dislikes restraint of any kind and does not take kindly to others telling him what to do. Remember this as Mr. Beast gives the orders. Obstructions, frustrations, and limitations come into play in his pioneering self-starting efforts. Freedom comes only through responsibility and discipline. And patience can ruin all good work he tries to do. Caution may need to be developed in carrying out his plans. Stability and security are important to Mr. Beast, and he works with those thoughts in mind. Feelings of being inadequate may stir Mr. Beast on to tackle immense undertakings in order to feel more valued or worthy. Stress from trying to accomplish too much may make him prone to headaches. Saturn and Aries call for him to be self-sacrificing. So yeah, that's a lot of things. So definitely relates to a lot with Mr. Beast also, with him being a leader, him being him liking combat and competitiveness, can stir him to great achievement. So that's where most of his show is about competitiveness and this, game shows and stuff like that. That's what a lot of his episodes is about, competition. Um, so that can be explained by the Aries in this chart because he got mm, Aries more so than any other sign. Yeah. He got three planets in Aries, two in Taurus, and two in Aquarius. So Aries shows up the most in this chart, which makes sense. And then MrBeast chart is you got four fire signs, three air signs, one water sign. Yeah, so he only got one water sign in this chart. So that means that MrBeast, for the most part, is not going to be an emotional person. Um, he gonna be more of a logical, grounded type of person. Cause he got more fire. He got four fire signs in this chart. So he got more fire in this chart than anything. Second is actually air. We got three air signs. So the only earth he got in this chart is Taurus with his sun and his Mars. But your sun and your Mars is two very important two very important planets when it comes to astrology. So yeah, he not gonna be more so of an emotional person. He gonna be more of a um fiery, like, outgoing type of person, which he is, in a communicator. When you look at his chart, it makes sense with the air and the fire. What he does is communication, and he has a outgoing personality. And then the earth, the Taurus in them, is just what makes him able to be hard working and kind of tie it all together from what I see. So yeah, that's his Saturn in Aries. Next is Uranus. His Uranus is in Aquarius, and Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. So, Uranus is the planet of technology, friendship, rebellion, forward thinking. Friendship is some of the things that Uranus and Aquarius rules over. Um, so it stopped giving us a breakdown. So I'm gonna have to look into it. So in astrology, Uranus is the modern ruling planet of Aquarius. Uranus represents innovation, originality, and a desire for change, aligning well with Aquarius' forward thinking and unconventional nature. No, I need to put a Uranus in the. So in astrology, Uranus, blah, blah, blah. When Uranus is in Aquarius, it signifies a strong push for change, originality, and a break from established patterns. So somebody with it's about it is about the birth of new ways of communicating, networking, and integrating with society. But it is also about the falling away of the old ways of doing things. So somebody with Uranus and Aquarius is basically saying is that they're gonna be innovative. They're gonna want to break the status quo. They're gonna be in unconventional, forward thinking. So that makes sense when it comes to MrBeast because he definitely is forward thinking. He definitely has revolutionized the way of doing things. He basically bought like a gaming show to YouTube, and the way he did things is innovative. Like there's no one kind of like him. That's why he as big as he is. So that can be explained by his Uranus and Aquarius, his innovation, and originality. So next is Neptune. Like I said earlier, Neptune is ruled by Pisces, and it's the planet of dreams and illusions. Neptune also rules over artsy things. So Neptune actually does rule music and film and movies and stuff like that. So so it said Neptune Aquarius signifies a focus on humanitarian ideas, innovation, and collective consciousness. It emphasizes the importance of embracing spirituality and unconventional love with human relationships, treating others as we wish to be treated. This placement can also highlight a desire for freedom, equality, and the dismantling of structures that hinder personal growth and well-being. So yeah, because we know Aquarius is also the sign of humanitarian and giving back and helping people. So in Neptune, that's why it's associated, because like I said, Neptune is your dreams and your ideas and stuff like this. So it says that this basically somebody who's going to want to be a giving person, somebody who's going to care about humanity, somebody who wants to help humanity. Um, so let's see what else. So your visions and your innovations gonna be free spirited, that just like of like that of Aquarius. So um that's Neptune and Aquarius, and how it relates. So I can see that that's his Uranus and his Neptune. That's why he got all of these creative ideas and innovation and different ways of doing things with this Uranus and this Neptune. Because, like I said, Neptune, you can kind of look at. Then, like I said, it comes to when it comes to artsy things. So things that he's doing that relates to art. Um, Also getting back to why he could be revolutionary and different in the way that he does things. So Nexus is Pluto and Sagittarius. Pluto is ruled by Scorpio, and it's the planet of death and transformation. It's all about reinventing yourself. That's what Pluto rules. Then we know Pluto get associated. Well, I already said death. You know, Pluto and Scorpio get a bad rep because it get associated with being dark and mysterious and jealous and possessive. So. They are seen to be truth tellers, critical thinkers, and pioneers in challenging the status quo. So, astrological. See, I'll be trying to get straight to the point. Blue and Sagittarius strives to understand how the other half of everything lives. Throughout their lives, they will likely hop from worldview to worldview in search of universal truth. However, the pursuit of this idea often supersedes its attainment. The journey is truly more important than the destination for the Pluto and Sagittarius generation. As a result, some natives of displacement exclude a worldly energy. Um, Free thinking, exploratory, seeking Okay, so basically, Pluto and Sagittarius got is that Scorpios and Pluto is all about uncovering the truth. Like I said, mysteries, reinventing yourself, and things like that. Sagittarius is a sign that seeks out the truth. Like I said, the sign of travel and exploring things. So somebody with Pluto and Sagittarius is going to be like they say, truth teller, somebody who wants to uncover the truth, somebody who wants to get to the bottom of things, somebody who likes to explore different things, see the world, and that's kind of how they reinvent themselves by experiencing things and going through different things. Um, then said Pluto and Sagittarius people are physiological, optimistic, and sensitive. Um, You're in touch with your subconscious and comfortable exploring your inner self. You strive to live your truth. You're drawn to physiological topics and shifting perspectives and think your beliefs can make the world a better place. You are confident and optimistic about the future, which causes others to admire you. You don't have a problem taking the lead and initiating social change or awareness. You might be a bit sensitive or frustrated sometimes when you feel others' beliefs are not on your level. Just remember that everyone is on a journey in different experiences. Showing compassion will ultimately help you change, will ultimately help you make the changes you wish to see in the world. Um, Despite constantly evolving and reinventing yourself, you preserve your essence, beliefs, and sense of self through it, all without being arrogant or egotistical. You're a person of principle, whatever those principles may be. So that's all things Pluto and Sagittarius. Again, this can definitely go back to Mr. Beast being well, you know, he like to explore, travel, and then like they said, giving back also and caring about humanity and wanting to be a truth teller and all of them type of things. Also, where that could come from when it comes to Mr. Beast's personality. Now his North Node is in Virgo and left is in Libra. So North Node is important because your North Node is your life direction. So it's kind of like your life purpose, what you driven towards doing. Um, kind of like your purpose in life. Having the North Node in Virgo signifies a karmic shift towards practical, grounded, and organized ways of living. This placement encourages a focus on health, detail-oriented tasks, and service to others, while simultaneously challenging the individual to set boundaries and avoid over-identification with perfectionism. So, if your North Node is in Virgo, you might have a rich dream world, a vivid imagination, a ton of creative ideas, and ambitious goals. Your North Node represents what your soul is journeying toward in this lifetime. And your South Node represents the habits you need to overcome to reach your fullest potential. The North and South Node are always opposite signs. So if your North Node is in Virgo, your South Node is in Pisces. We've compiled a full guide, blah, blah, blah. So your goal is to embrace structure and routines to achieve your goals. That of Virgo, because Virgos is about structure and routines. So that makes sense. So that's basically Mr. Beast's goals is to change structure and routine. Virgos are earth signs and they're very grounded, reliable, and organized. Their attention to detail and perfectionism. Your destiny is to embody the meticulous, hard work nature of Virgo in order to achieve your dream. So that makes sense. Well, we know he does have structure and routine. That's what he did to, ultimately achieve his goals. And that goes well with his sun sign being in Taurus, another earth sign. So it says the challenges of a North Node and um, Virgo is the South Node reveals the gifts you carry from past life. These traits come naturally to you, but they can also become overdeveloped, leading to habits that can keep you from success. The North and South nodes are always opposite signs. So your South node is in Pisces. You embody the sensitive, intuitive qualities of this water sign, but you likely spend too much time up in your daydreams. You'll need to come down from your dreamy headspace to achieve your goals in the material world. So this is somebody like Pisces who like to daydream a lot. And this is basically saying that you might have a lot of dreams and daydream about doing a lot of stuff, but you need to put it into tangible things. So this actually also go good with him being a sun in Taurus and Mars in Taurus because like they say, Taurus is kind of like the opposite of this. Because Taurus is all about getting things done, living in the living in reality, basically. So that's what can kind of help him when it comes to his South Node being in Pisces, because this say that this somebody who gonna spend a lot of time doing or daydreaming or dreaming more so than doing things. That could be his problem. And he needs to create structure and routine in order to accomplish his goals, which makes sense and which he ultimately did. So that makes sense with his North Node being in Virgo. His life goal was to create structure, and stop daydreaming and more so get down to doing the things that he's thinking about. So that makes sense, which he ended up doing. Then Virgo's also needs to service others. So a Virgo North Node is also somebody who needs to help people also. So that's getting back to the Aquarius and the other stuff I wrote that leads to him being that leads to him being the reason why he like giving money and helping people and stuff like that, donating and building houses and stuff like that. So it's Lymphus in Libra. Like I said, Lymphus, the taboo side of you, is the side that you don't like to show to people. So in astrology, it represents the repressed desires and shadow aspects of the self. So when the lymph is in Libra, it can highlight issues with balance, partnerships, and aesthetics. Individuals may struggle with establishing boundaries, navigating fairness in relationships, or feeling a sense of imbalance in their personal lives. Can be Lymph in Libra can reveal difficulties with self-acceptance, particularly when it comes to how one presents oneself to the world and how one perceives beauty and aesthetics. Individuals may experience power struggles in relationships, struggle struggle with fairness and justice in partnerships, or find it hard to establish healthy boundaries. Lymph in Libra can highlight tension between the need for justice and balance in the darker, more repressed aspects of power and authority, potentially leading to issues of corruption or inequality. Where is it? So it's not on here. So this saying that basically, this is somebody who all could struggle with all things in Libra. So we know Libras is about being balanced in partnerships and aesthetics, things that's looking good. So this person can struggle when it comes to balance in their partnerships. So they can either be somebody who's too dominant in their relationships, or not fair in their relationships. It says struggles with fairness in partnerships. So that could come with friends too. So this person can struggle with being fair. Um, they can struggle with balancing their life when it comes to balancing things out. Um, Trying to see what else. And it makes you alluring to others. You attract new opportunities and people admire. Learning how to balance your sense of independence with yourself and connection to others, as well as finding a sense of harmony in your friendships. Okay, so your main goal in life is to find a balance between independence and cooperation. Astrology speaking, your North Node is no, this is North Node. This is not Lynn. That's the wrong thing. Okay, so but basically, like I said, that's what it means that this person could struggle with balance and partnerships. Um, They may struggle with navigating fairness in relationships or feeling a sense of imbalance in their personal lives. So that's what Mr. B struggles with. I don't know that much, like, because I would have to know individually about how his relationships is or how his relationships going. But funny enough, with his Venus being in Aries, because Aries is already a domineering sign when it comes to relationships. So I can see Mr. B being somebody. Then you got the Taurus in him too. So I can see Mr. Beast being kind of like maybe controlling in his relationships or kind of like dominating, like always telling his girl what to do. You could kind of see that too with like his friends and his partnerships. I heard that kind of about his show. I forgot he got into it, with one of the people who one of his co-workers who was also his friend. So it could come across like he's somebody who can be like real, like kind of like a dictator, basically, is what it's saying. And he can kind of sometimes struggle with being fair to people, and giving them their fair due. That's basically what it means having a length in Libra. So that's Mr. Beast's chart. Everything lines up for sure. Before I go, like to look at some facts about the persons. So yeah, his real name is actually James Donaldson. Uh, so he has 350 million subscribers on YouTube. He actually a third most followed person on TikTok also with 106 million followers. And he got 65 million followers on Instagram, 32 million on X. So he kind of really mastered the social media game. He grew up in North Carolina. I don't know why I say he was from, well, that's probably where he was born, but he grew up in Greenville, North Carolina. He started his YouTube when he was only 13. He went viral in 2017 after his counting to 100,000 video earned tens of thousands of views in just few days. Um, he is the founder of MrBeast Burger. So like I said earlier, he got his own restaurant. I think that's Lunchables, got his own candy. Um, Also founded Team Seas, a fundraiser for ocean conservancy and the ocean cleanup. Um, he won Creator of the Year 4 times in a row. He won a couple Nickelodeon awards. Time magazine named him as one of the world's most influential people. He has ranked on Forbes' list of highest paid YouTube creator in 2022 and has an estimated net worth of 500 million, which is crazy. He worth 500 million off coming up from YouTube. So yeah, that's some things about basic things you need to know about Mr. Beast. He just turned 27 years old. He a Taurus. So I broke down his chart and his personality. He engaged to I think she was a TikToker. Um on top of being a YouTuber, he has his own restaurant and candy. He worth 500 million. Um he actually 6'5". I didn't know that either. So yeah, he actually 6'5". His education is Christian Academy, so I'm guessing he's a Christian. He was raised in he was born in Kansas City. Or can is that KS is Kansas, right? Yeah, KS is Kansas. So he was born in Kansas, raised in North Carolina. Um Yeah, so I mean, there ain't that much else to know. Okay, just did say he was born in Kansas. I'm like, what did they say earlier? They didn't say North Carolina. But anyway, that's Mr. Beast, the most followed person on YouTube, a Taurus. So shout out to all of the Taurus. This is ending Taurus season. Um, when I'm making this video. So next up is Gemini. So I'll be back to talk about Gemini, and I'm out.